In a rematch of the 2020 preliminary final, the Geelong Cats take on the Brisbane Lions for a ticket to the big dance. Geelong has been almost unbeatable at the MCG this season and will be strong favourites. This is your preliminary final match preview. Hey everyone, we're here for the finals. We're here. We're going to kick some ass. I told you earlier at the start of the year, I said Cats are going to win the damn thing. We are going to win the damn thing. We just got to get over this Brisbane Lions. Off to a good start. Well, I've got to get over the Brisbane Lions, who had a very, very nice win against Melbourne on the weekend. A surprising win, actually. I didn't actually pick them to win. I don't think many people would have, really, considering their MCG record over the last million years. But they got the job done, and Melbourne really just looked cooked, didn't they? Unfortunately, not unfortunately for Melbourne, but for them, but for everyone else, I'm really happy that they lost it. But they just ran out of puff after the 10th round of the year when they had that 10-game winning streak or 11-game winning streak, and that all just fell away. I think they won 6 out of the last 14 games or something like that, 6 wins, 8 losses. So it happens. I mean, it happened to us in I think 2019. We had a good run, and then lost to Port Adelaide, and then I think it was that win one lose one for the next however long it took, and we got knocked out in another prelim. So it does happen, but Melbourne wouldn't be too happy going out in straight sets. But anyway, look, Brisbane are through, so well done to Brisbane. I guess all Geelong supporters are probably happy to play Brisbane, considering their history at the MCG, even though they did beat Melbourne at the MCG. But I'm pretty confident that I don't think Brisbane's going to win 2 games in a row at the MCG, let alone 3 if they make the grand final. I think Cats will get the job done. But anyway, we'll cover that in a minute. So anyway, thank you. If this is your first time watching the show, thank you very much. My name is Ben Reeve, and this is The Hoop Show. And this is a bit of a match preview of the prelims. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you, Brad. Brad loves it. Gets very excited when there's a new subscriber popping up. It makes his day, I'm telling you. Thank you, Brad. So yes, and if you haven't already, just click up here. There'll be a little, the other side maybe. There you go. There's a little link to the match review video of the qualifying final between Geelong and Collingwood. So this game, Geelong-Brisbane, we've won the last 4 out of 5. Whether you give that much weight at all, I tend to rely on. I know the coaches don't at the club, but I think there's something to be said about statistics a little bit, especially recent form, especially against teams and how they match up and so forth. I think it's probably more about how teams match up than a form guide. I think we've done pretty well, even though there've been some close games against Brisbane. We tend to get the job done on them pretty easily, especially at home. And haven't played them at the MCG for quite some time. I think it was 2004 in the other prelim that we played them at the MCG, unless I'm missing something there. But it's going to be interesting. It's a lot of unknowns, I suppose, going into that game with the MCG. But I think we'll get the job done. Last time we played them was at Kiddania Park in round 4 last year. We were missing Joel Selwood and Tom Stewart. I think Tom had a bit of the old gastro. Couldn't make it, and we got the job done. We sort of held them off, I suppose, in the last quarter. It wasn't a thrashing, and wouldn't say it's comprehensive, but we were considering the outs that we had, and Selwood was going pretty well at that stage. He was flying at the start of the year, very fresh at that point. We lost two big names, and we still came up 10 points on top. So it was a really great effort. It was a really proud moment for the club, and we felt like, okay, we're back here. I think we might have been 2-2 at that point, or something along those lines. We were travelling okay, it was just that I think we nudged ahead in that 4th quarter. And just did enough and just held them at bay. Kicked a few behinds in that last quarter, but also kicked a couple of goals too. So Tommy Hawkins was the star that night. Thankfully, he stood up and kicked 5 goals for us. And Isaac Smith, he had a great night too. He kicked a goal and had 29 touches. So he was pretty awesome for the whole night. And we did a lot of the boys just stood up and played really, really well. So in terms of form, Cats are going really well, as we know. 14 straight wins for the Pussies. A close win against the Pies in the qualifying final, very close win. But I'd say hopefully we've got that game out of our system now. It wasn't the best game that we played. It was very well contested, and there's a lot of heroes. But it was probably a handful of guys that just didn't play well at all. So I'm hopeful, and that's not really the Geelong way this year. Usually there's 20 guys that play well and maybe one or two that sort of are just okay. But yeah, we had a few players down. Thankfully, we had a few players that really stood up for us and carried us over the line, especially in that fourth quarter when we needed to get the win. So yeah, 6 points last time. We've had, I guess, prelims aren't really the strongest suit for us, especially since 2011. We've been in plenty of them, but and we're in another one this week, but we've only won one of them since 2011. So I'm really hoping that this is the year that's going to be a bit different. I feel very confident if we can get into that grand final, that we'll be okay on the 24th of September, and we'll go all the way. I think this is just not to say we'll disrespect who we're playing on grand final day, but I just feel very confident in this team. If we can get over this preliminary final hurdle, we've already got over the qualifying final hurdle, which is the first step. The next big step is this prelim hoodoo that we seem to have. So if we can get over that, I'm very confident. Doesn't matter who we play. I think we'll be fine. And look, we've won 9 out of 10. 9 of our last 10 at the MCG. So we're almost going better there than we are at Cardinia Park at the moment. So maybe it's just suiting our style of play a lot better. We lost to that. Shouldn't have lost, but we did lose to Hawthorn there. I don't know how we lost that game to Hawthorn. Oh my God. But that would have been 10 in a row if we hadn't lost it. Probably even more than that, actually. Probably more like 11 or 12 in a row if you go a little bit further back. So we were travelling. We'll see how Colin Ashley pulls up, though. He's probably our main concern going into the prelim this week, whether he's going to be okay with that injury that he copped. I'm nervous about playing him. I wouldn't say he's first picked anyway, and you go in with a bit of an injury risk. I don't know. I'd hate to lose that game and then go, why did we pick him? If first quarter he's down again, or he's just so affected by the injury that he's getting smashed. I don't know. I'm very, very nervous. I hope they take I feel bad for the guy, but I hope the coaches take a very cautious approach with it. And I'd maybe bring him back for the grand final if he's fit. But I don't know. I don't know the injury, but anyway, I get a bit nervous with any of these things. And finals, you only get one crack at them, so it's you want to be very confident that he's 100%. I don't think you take him in at 80%. I don't think he's that kind of player that you do that. So he's not a Jeremy Cameron or a Tom Hawkins. So look, we've got in the waiting in the wings, we've got Parfitt, who's very unlucky to miss out last week. I think Parfitt will somehow find his way into this team this week. I think he will, possibly as a medical sub. I think that's the most likely position for him, unless there's someone else that goes out that we're not aware of. And there's often players like that. And it's usually through player management through the regular season, but I don't think there'll be too many surprises in the finals. So I think it'll be O'Connor won't be the sub this time. I think it'll be Parfitt, and we'll see what happens. But, I don't have an inside word to the clubs. I've got no idea. You got Menangola there as well as a possibility. Segler, if they just don't trust Reece Stanley, I think you've got to back him a little bit. He's been great all year. It's just his body again. It's another one where if he's struggling, he's had 2 weeks off, so you'd think, Reece, you should be fine. But if it was back-to-back games, if we'd lost that game and we were playing the semi-final last week, I wouldn't have picked Reece Stanley, just based on injuries and all that over the year. So, but I think you've got to back him in. And now he's had 2 weeks off. Hopefully he's fresh. Harry Taylor, what's going on with him? You'll know Harry, but most of us, just fans watching on from the sidelines, have got no idea. So hopefully, no silly risks and no crazy selection decisions. Let's just keep it pretty simple. But yes, don't take any risks with players that are underdone, because we've got a very, very healthy list otherwise. So lots of players that can come in, not like for like necessarily. You're not putting Parfitt in for a Reece Stanley. That's not going to happen. You got Segler there, who's only played a couple of games and played well against West Coast, but didn't really. West Coast weren't putting up much of a resistance, were they? So I don't give a lot to that really. Parfitt, it's just who he comes in for. That's the really tough question. I don't think anyone's got an answer for that. So someone's going to be pretty upset, I'd say. I can't see them taking out Brian Myers, even though he didn't play that well. I think Brian does a role for us. I just don't see, a Danger or a Adkins or a Selwood or a Guthrie coming out to fit Parfitt in. I just think Parfitt plays in the midfield, and that's where he plays, and he's not someone he goes forward every now and then to kick a goal, but it's not really the type of player. The only other one really is Tui, who wasn't fantastic in the qualifying final, but Tui so versatile, and it's not rare. It's not often he has a bad game, so I think Tui can be a bit of a match winner as well. So he could bob up and have 30 touches and kick a couple of goals on the weekend. So I wouldn't want to lose that from the side. So look, if anything, Parfitt, the medical sub. Sadly, I love the guy, but medical sub or team picked as it was last week. Even though they did say the team may change from week to week, who do you drop? But it's a horses for courses thing, as it is every other week. So we're looking at Brisbane, and we'll try and find the best matchups for Brisbane. They've got a very tall, damaging, dangerous forward line. Charlie Cameron's the one that worries me the most out of the two. I think Jed will probably get the job on him. Joe Danaher will be coming back after a week off with the baby. Hopefully the baby's okay. Hopefully he hasn't slept a wink. That'll be great. He's very underdone, and his mind's elsewhere. That'll be fantastic. He doesn't sight the pill the whole day, the whole night. That'll be fantastic if that happens. Got to get tickets in 20 minutes. I better get organised. I just realised, got to get on Ticketek pretty quick. So I'm going to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. So let's have a quick look at Collingwood, though. Sorry, not Collingwood. I'm still on Collingwood mode. Brisbane. They've won 6 out of 8, so they're not going that bad. They've broken their hoodoo against at the MCG. They've beaten Melbourne by 13 points. So just got over the line. They probably should have won by a little bit more in the end, actually, the way they were travelling in that second half. Their last 3 prelims actually have been against us, which is interesting. So 2004, 2020, and now this one. So I've got them winning 2 in a row at the MCG. I wouldn't count on it. And our record against them. Melbourne, they were shot. They only just beat Melbourne by 13 points. I would have backed us to beat Melbourne. They were hobbled. So Jared Berry's got the 1 match suspension. I suspect he'll get over that one. I think they're going to appeal it, or take it to the tribunal. So he'll get off that. You just know. Like, if it was regular season, 1 week, AFL will just stand there. I don't know. Do you believe in these conspiracy theories that the AFL plays a role in the outcome of these things? I don't know. Does the tribunal go soft when it comes to finals? I don't know. It almost just seems like it's inevitable that he's going to play. Now, whether you agree that he should play or shouldn't play, that's a different story altogether. I suspect, I suspect it was deliberate. And I'm trying to take my biased Geelong hat off for a second here. I would say, he had an elbow on the throat from Clayton Oliver, but he very intentionally went for his face. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He's panicking because he can't breathe. But to say he didn't know what he was doing, didn't know where his fingers were, it looked very deliberate to me. So, in saying all that, I don't want to see him miss. I want to see the best players out there. I want to see the best players out there and be a shadow of their best self, especially for Brisbane. Get them all out there, no excuses. So bad luck. I think we'll be okay though. I don't think Berry's had a great game, but we'll see if he can do it 2 weeks in a row. So Oscar McInerney's the other one coming back as well, the big ruck. So he'll be well rested, hopefully, and he'll be ready to go. But he's coming off that concussion, so they're always a bit of a mystery, those ones, how you pull up from those. So he should get the clearance around about midweek and see how he goes there. Look, I have consulted the Grand Poobah, Pumpkin, the cat, the official cat of the Hoop Show, and Pumpkin's. He's confident. Confident. He's saying 35 points to the Cats. He's fairly confident, but even though he did take a little while to think about it, but he's saying 35 points to the Cats. I think Cats will get out to about a 50-point lead, and then we'll just he'll drop off a little bit and come back to that 35-point range or so. I think that's where it's sitting at the moment. Well, in the eyes of Pumpkin anyway. So I'm expecting a big game from Danger and Blitz. Hopefully they'll be best on ground, get us into it. Just Danger the way he was last time against Brisbane in that prelim. And Blitz. I think you're going to get a better game from Blitz Arps this week. So looking forward to that. Look, as I said before, tickets on sale 10 o'clock on Monday morning. So you better any members out there get on board early on Ticketek, and if you're not a member and you're just part of the general public, jump on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You'll be able to get your tickets that way. Just some other news, though, in the chat or through the week. Francis Evans hasn't really had much of a game this year, a couple of games. Played round one, actually, but he's looking like he's exploring some options to go to Port Adelaide, so that might be something that happens in the off-season. Interesting stat, though, with Francis Evans. He's never played in a losing Geelong side, so maybe we should get him in for the grand final, something like that, if we make it. We'll see. Joel Selwood, he's playing his 39th final on the weekend, assuming he gets picked. He'll get picked. But yes, 39th final. He joins Michael Tuck and on the all-time number one, most finals played. And if we make the grand final, he'll go number one of all time. So outright. So wouldn't that be great? And hold the cup up too, Joel. Jed Bewes plays 150 games. Well done, Jed. Well done, Jed. You're a champion. Really happy for him. Hawkins needs a couple more goals to join the top 20 of all time as well. So hopefully he'll get there this weekend and tick that one off and be in the top 20. That'll be great. And Jacob Hopper, go stuff yourself, mate. You've had 2 chances to come to Geelong and you've rejected us twice, so hope it all falls through for you and you spend the rest of your career at GWS. I don't want to know you anymore. Anyway, we want Ollie Henry anyway. He's the one we want, so you can go get stuffed, Jacob Hopper. Don't like you at all. Anyway, all right, so that's the show. Thanks for watching again. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're nearly at 400. Please be the last couple of people to get us over the line to 400. That'll be great. Thank you, Brad. Yes, he's there again. And we'll have a match review for you on the Sunday afternoon. Hopefully, it's a really positive match review. This will be my face though if we lose. Oh no, I'll just do the whole review with my eyes closed. I'm like, oh shit. No, but it won't be like that. I'll be buzzing. I'll be. See, behind me here, I'll be running around in circles doing this review like a madman doing handstands in the background. So, something like that. You probably don't want to see that. I'll stumble and, won't be able to do it. Anyway. All right. Oh, and you can see can you see the picture there? Just, I can't ever do this. It's in reverse. I've got to get the mirror flipped. There's the picture from Sambo, from Geelong Chaps Cats is in the chat. Oh, God, I'll get that. One day, boys, I'll get that right, actually. The Chaps Chat Cats, Sambo, he's done that nice little illustration for me. So I'll get that wall mounted at some point when I've got the studio up and going in the garage, which will hopefully be during the off-season. We'll get a nice little setup going for everyone. Nice little improved setup for us all. Anyway, that's it. That's the show. Thank you very much, and go Cats. Take care, everyone.